All right, man. Here we go. Hanging with Beatdrop podcast, episode 66. Pick up sticks. Shout out to my cousin Kevin. He's chilling. Fairy number 48. Shout out to my boy Roger Rocha. And we've been vibing, dog. We've been we chilling, but we got a special guest. This is my boy. He's been hitting me up since episode 48, episode 10. He's been hitting me up, and we locked it in.
Yerp.
Shout out to my boy Naythan2It. There it is, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thanks, man.
What's good?
Welcome to the club.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. This is really cool.
This is awesome. What's good, bro? How you feeling?
What's
dog?
going on, man?
You feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
This is cool, man. Thank you for having me up here, man.
No,
like you said, I've asked since day one. Just, said, man, I don't know if you're cool enough.
Nah, it's because
he did tell me a story, but I don't know.
did?
Yeah, it was the scheduling shit. It's just schedules.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, it's all good.
No,
But dog,
Wrong
we were reminiscing like a motherfucker, dog. So I want to start from the jump, dog.
Okay.
We always do that in the podcast. We start from like, where you from and all that good shit, man. So let's get started, bro. Where you from?
Oh, damn.
Where you from, dog?
Where you from?
Hey, you know what? I'm from the 818.
Okay,
that's right.
Off to a good start.
We're like, where were we going with this?
I'm like,
Yeah, dude. Fucking 818 out here, dude. Was born and raised out here. Went to school out here. Middle school, high school, elementary school, preschool, all the schools.
every day was a different school.
I went to school. But
You like school, huh?
Not really. I'm not really a big fan of school. But out here, grew up, fucking party scened it. Fucking ended up fucking meeting you a few times, running into you. But Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, you met me when I was like 14 or 15 or some shit.
Yeah, party scene days.
I had like patches on my mustache. I still got patches, but I didn't have a full grown mustache. It's all good though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
happened a cool time ago.
It was. Dude, it was a long time ago.
So tell us how you started DJing, bro. How did that come about?
Well, DJing for me, it came about like in middle school. Middle school, I went to Sutter Middle School, and it was like the 8th grade dance. I wasn't really like kind of just starting DJing. That was like my first like big gig. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Just huge.
Yeah.
Fucking, oh man, I thought I was tight.
Mama, we made it.
Getting it. That was like my first real big gig. And, before that, I was just, at my house practicing, doing little family parties here and there. And, just really trying to hone in on the craft,
Yeah.
And then, what really inspired me was like listening to like the Beat Junkies, you know what I mean? And it really got me in there, like Jazzy Jeff, some of those guys. And that really got me going with the DJing stuff. But to be honest, when I started DJing, and I really didn't want to be a DJ at that time,
You were just like, fuck it?
Because I wanted to be in the NBA, you know what I mean? I was a baller, dog.
Yeah.
I had one mixtape.
Oh,
homie.
shit. Damn. The behind the shirt?
You know what I mean? Through your legs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so but how did you how did the idea of DJing even come about? Like how did that come about? Like,
I just the music. I was really a big house, listen to house when I was growing up. I didn't get to listen to like hip hop too much when I was a kid because my mom's, I think I bought the Chronic album and I made my mom get it, and she saw the
cover.
the cover.
She's like, mijo.
And she threw that away. Like, so I was like, no hip hop till I probably got into like middle school. You know what I mean?
Crazy. That's a crazy ass story, fam. I feel like everybody has to go through some shit
Yeah.
that keeps them away from hip hop, and then later on they come back.
I'm not
to
gonna
it.
lie, I like country music when I was a kid. I did
yeah.
like country music. I fucking loved pop music.
That's right.
There was, and then like the house music was kind of like a little different back then. So like I was kind of into that. And
Yeah.
I started spinning that music first.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I was doing that at home, practicing with that. And then, as I got a little older and I got into middle school, I, kind of started listening to hip hop because I was a little older.
Yeah.
Figuring out what I wanted to like,
Yeah. You're like, I'm gonna listen to the fucking Chronic.
And I started buying, hip hop vinyl.
Yeah.
You know what that is, right?
Yeah. It's like a plate.
It's not like
It's like a plate, right? It's like a plate. It's like a plate, right?
It's like a disc.
Why? What's vinyl?
Which one of all was it?
Yeah. What are you talking about? I don't get it, guys. I was imagine.
Oh,
So you started buying records and shit.
Yeah, buying records, and at that time too, with the CDs. LimeWire was popping back then. Napster, remember those days?
I remember that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, not me. What is LimeWire?
Yeah, my sister did that shit.
You're too young, but let me talk to him.
Yeah. I saw people do that, but it would never be me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
not me. I repeat, it wasn't me.
But go ahead.
But at the time, that kind of media was starting to change with, so I ended up getting these turntables from Fry's Electronics. It was like the DJ in the box.
Yeah,
remember those?
The bundle?
The bundle pack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My first DJ setup, I guess, probably preschool.
Yeah.
And
Fisher Price. Yeah.
So you get my point.
Yeah, I get it.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Yeah.
And it was a next mixer. I don't even know if that mixer even. I seen it actually because my homie, I let him use that. His name is HOPP. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Yeah.
We got a lot of time. So that media kind of just changed everything. So like my first setup was that, the next system. And then I also had the CD players.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so like I was saying, my first big gig was my middle school kind of dance. And I thought I was tight because no student has ever done their dance. It was always like a teacher.
Yeah,
somebody that they knew.
It was a PE teacher.
Yeah, it was like a counselor or somebody like that would do the party, but he was a DJ though.
Yeah.
So he was on the vinyls and doing the cuts and the scratches. So I was kind of like learning kind of a little bit from him.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. I don't fucking know what his name was, but shout out to him.
If you're watching this, shout out to you.
Yeah.
For all you know, I can be making this shit up. But
yeah, it's all fake. Like, wait, what?
Who are we giving a shout out to?
Yeah, he's like, so Jazzy Jeff walked in my middle school dance, right? I'm like, wait, motherfucker, you lying, dog? Yeah. Yeah, wait. He's like, he had phase needles, right? I'm like, wait, the fuck?
I seen the movie.
Yeah, wait, the fuck?
oh man.
And then Cindy came from Scary Movie.
Yeah, he's like, and then Tupac came, and we went to go rob a liquor store. I'm like, wait, this sounds like juice, dog.
He's saying this was your elementary? Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right, so go on.
Back in the day.
So I ended up, doing the CDs, and I thought I was tight.
That's right.
I didn't really understand DJing at that time that you needed to have like an extraordinary amount of songs, a plethora of music.
Yeah.
So my little rinky dink, I came up. My dad made me this like little setup where I could wheel in and out with the speakers built in.
Oh, that's tight.
Shout out to Pops, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
Shout out to your Pops. Yeah.
He gets those speakers built in. I thought I was tight as shit. You know what I mean? Walking into the school, fucking rolling it in. All my friends seeing me and shit.
You about to kill it? You're like, hell yeah, I'm about to kill it.
You said, if you kill it, I'm going to give you my PB&J and milk.
Hey, you better fucking have pizza at lunch.
Yeah,
you know
hell yeah.
See, I get 2 slices, not 1.
But did you get paid for that gig? Or was it
No, that was my not paid.
Okay.
Did it, and it was whack.
Oh, you bombed?
What?
It was whack because I didn't have enough music to I only had like 40 songs to play for... 2, 3 hours. So like 2-3 hours. So it was like it was that wasn't gonna cover.
How did you know you were when you bombed? Like, how did you know you were already like fuck? Like, this
because
isn't
I
going well?
totally felt the vibe. Like I totally felt like a vibe from my friends. It was just the same music over and over and over.
Like, how many songs do you remember you played like over?
I've played that set maybe like 5 times.
He's like, all right, guys, we're gonna have the same set we had at 6 o'clock. All right, guys, here we go.
It was bad, dude.
You couldn't
even
switch like the song.
And at the time in middle school, I thought I was like a pimp. You know what I mean?
Oh no! Fuck.
You know, I was dating at that time, so I had like a few chicks on my sideline. You know what I mean?
After that, it was a wrap. They're like, don't talk to me no more.
On my sideline.
Oh shit! So you bombed. It didn't go well.
It was bad. I cried. Not gonna lie, I did cry.
Hey, that's honesty, bro.
I was an emotional kid when I was young.
No, it's cool. Yeah.
But yeah, totally sucked at that, and that was kind of like my first experience into DJing, and really understanding that it's not just how much music you need a lot of music, but you got that vibe that I got, that energy.
Yeah.
You could definitely feel it. And that was my first time ever experiencing that kind of energy or connection with a plethora of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was at a young ass age too, so.
Yeah. But you would think, because I was on I was all in the sports, and, basketball was my thing, and even to like when I went to Taft, basketball, I was playing ball, and I was like on traveling teams. Yeah. I did the whole fucking thing. I was traveling around, just on basketball. I was like balling.
Yeah.
Balling. But, like the school, I hated school.
That was it. Yeah.
It wasn't my thing. So, like, my grades didn't really keep up to,
to be able to
progress
qualify
in that, field or, that sport that I like. And, I wasn't really DJing that much at that time because I was just really focused on basketball. Mm-hmm. I still traveled around, did my thing. But then, started picking it up back in maybe I would say 10th grade.
10th grade?
Yeah, is when it really started a shift in the pattern changed, and I started really just kind of putting all my energy into DJing. Mm-hmm. And, started doing parties, doing these parties at my house, crazy parties, dude, no alcohol, no Nas tanks like we normally know.
Yeah. But going back, so after 8th grade, right, when you bombed that party, did you take a break or what happened there? Like, were you just like, yo, this isn't it, or what happened?
I never really. That was kind of like my first experience, and it just kind of it stayed there. It was stale. Mm-hmm. I was DJing back at my house in the garage, and practicing, doing my thing. Like, it really didn't. Like the change in to where it was like, oh, okay, I could do this. Yeah. Like, I want to do this. Really came maybe 10th grade. Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, at a young age, did you feel that?
Deep voice.
Sorry, at a young age,
I'm
so quiet this whole. I'm so quiet this whole time, just hearing. I was like, damn, that's pretty interesting, man. Hearing your story, but. As you switched from basketball to your DJ career, which you started, was your family supportive around that time, or how was that?
The parents have always been very, supportive with it.
Yeah.
And everything, they've always, being this is gonna sound, you guys, cliche, but being the only child, everybody probably thinks I'm spoiled as fuck. But they really values in life. Shout out to parents, because they really guided me to be, goal oriented and and basketball too kind of also showed me, that, not giving up and just keep going and, not really letting things distract you from your goals and, practice in the gym and you just work hard at your craft and what you want to do. And you're going to eventually get to where you want to be, Yeah. And I think that's with everything that if you put, the time in the gym, you're going to, reap what you sow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel that. So when you were in 10th grade, you were throwing all these parties and all that good shit. When was it where you were like, you know what, I ain't playing ball no more?
I stopped playing ball, like I said, in high school because of the grades.
But so it was because of the grades? It wasn't really because of the DJing part?
It wasn't because of the DJing. It was just because I was not doing well in school. Dude, I barely squeaked out of high school, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't go to college. No college, I'm gonna lie. I went to 2 days of college, but I guess that doesn't count.
Hey, 2 days with 2 days.
Hey, what's up to Pierce? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta get that. You gotta get that financial aid money. I understand. Like, he's like, no, I haven't.
Hey,
you still on call?
Yeah,
that's why I switched my name.
Yeah. We're gonna get into that too, man. We're gonna into all that shit. Okay, so you're throwing your parties, man. You're out of high school. And
I was still in high. The party scene really kind of launched the career for me. Like, kind of got me just in my city, because that's how I met Inferno. Mm-hmm. I met you.
Yeah. I
think we ran into a few flyers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Besides the clubs that we got into.
Yeah, random parties. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I met a lot of good. My best friend, his name was DJ Mayhem.
Okay.
I don't know if you recognize that name.
Shout out to him, though.
Shout out to him. He changed his DJ name to Gerard Groove. He's Gerard Groove now.
Okay.
But he's my best friend, and the funny thing, I met him DJing in the party scene, but the background story between me and him is that we hated each other. We were
really?
Rival DJs in the scene because he was on your Van Nuys, this area, kind of like West Hills kind of vibe, like Silmar. He was doing all those parties, but he was killing it. And, I was over here doing all these parties and just making noise and we always like kind of intertwined.
Yeah.
And we were just doing all these parties and that's how like we knew about each other. But like, it's just, gossip made us like hate each other.
Yeah.
But it wasn't us because we never met. We never met until one time I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to show up at one of his parties.
Yeah.
And I did. And I showed up at one of his parties. I still have the picture on my phone to this day.
Oh, shit.
Of us. And, dude, we're so young in this picture. We're, like, shaking hands like fucking gangsters, man. Like,
Yeah. And then what happened? Like, you guys just became good friends?
And then since that photo, like, we just fucking just hit it off. And we were, like, friends forever. So, like, I met a lot of cool people in the party scene. And, like, that's why I'm saying, like, the party scene at that time, it was really helpful for my career.
And like
at the time, and the show, like, it was Showtime, at the time.
Yeah.
So like that was kind of like the thing to do, and I was doing parties every fucking weekend. It was like it was every weekend, and I had like a really good sound system also, like like a friend. So these parties, like I would move them around. I was friends with cops. I knew because I was the last person out when you're DJing one of these house parties. You know what I mean? So you got to carry all your shit out with your homies or whoever. Most likely you're by yourself, and those nights are fun too. So you end up seeing the same police sometimes. Because you're like, fuck, you're the last one out. So I've almost gotten my equipment impounded so many times.
Oh man, that's a scary story.
So many times. There was one time that I was involved in like a shooting at a house party, and it was tough because real quickly like I was just stuck where it was, and like the shooting happened inside the house, and it led out to the front, and like I was just I was by myself, so I'm packing up all this shit. Yeah. By myself, trying to get it in. They're big speakers. I had brought like big PV like towers.
Oh shit.
Amps too. Yeah, like fuck. Damn. Yeah. Like, this is back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there was amps. There weren't power. Like power
just. Like now it's like. Yeah.
You have to be like an engineer.
Yeah. For real, bro. These shits are crazy, dog. Fuck. Damn, that's crazy.
So
man.
Yeah, and so that was one of the. That's one of them. That was crazy. Bad. Yeah, so it's just party scene days,
Yeah. And how did you come out with your first name, Showtime? How did that come about?
That was basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah, I got that because I was flashy. I was a point guard. I had some cool moves. Yeah. My YMCA rec league was killing it.
Yeah, you were going in. I was beating all those 50-year-olds like nothing. I was breaking ankles. You feel me?
Yeah, look me up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Showtime,
baby.
Yeah. And then so you were Showtime when you got into K-Day, right?
I was Showtime, yeah.
So walk us. So tell us.
I was yes, I was Showtime.
Yeah. Tell us. So tell
that
us.
Was me.
Yeah. So tell us. After all that, throwing parties, all that good stuff. Like, how did K-Day come about? Because I feel like a lot of people want to know that about you. Like, how that came about.
Well, all the parties, like, just getting in radio or just in general being at K-Day. I didn't really start at. I didn't start at K-Day. Okay. I started at Latino 96.3.
Okay. And how did that happen?
In 2008. I started there. So I graduated from high school in 2000, 06.
06?
Graduated 06. I ended up working at fucking Target.
Okay.
Became a stage, 2 manager. Holler at me.
That's right. Was good.
Was good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In the entertainment department, so I was already working with music.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Yeah. You can find the RCA cables in 910.
Yeah, this is where you can find the Janet CD. Yeah. These are the DVDs. Fuck off.
That's right. Yeah.
So I was working there for a little bit. That was like my first job out of high school. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I didn't go to college. I was still DJing. And I started DJing in the mall. Remember when that was kind of cool? Where you were DJing at like these stores in the malls. They don't do that anymore. I never see like a DJ at the mall. It's like
sometimes still, but not as much as back then.
Yeah, they were like
Palace does it right.
They were like in Journeys or like they were like all over the place.
Yeah, back then it was like super active to DJ at the mall. Yeah.
So I did that for a little bit too, and then I got linked up with a friend of mine. He was doing music also. His name was Larry. He goes by the name of HOPP, HOPP.
Okay.
And he was an MC. And he was really cool, really dope. we were friends for a minute. Met him through another mutual friend. We just kind of linked up. He was the MC, I was the DJ. We kind of got our Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff on, I guess you could say at that time. And I really believed in the music. And his manager at the time, his name was Abraham McDonald, R.I.P. to him, you know. And I believed in the vision that they had and all that stuff. And he was really good. The music was really good. You know, we did a few shows at like, there's a bar in Santa Monica. I think it was like some, I don't remember the bar.
Oh, good.
But it was dope. Yeah. It was a dope bar. But we used to do that bar, and then we did like different shows around the city. We did a show at Venice Beach.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? So like the moves were promising.
Yeah.
And so like I really believed in it and ended up, you know, quitting, you know, Target, leaving the mall thing and just dived right in into being this DJ for him. And also like doing other gigs.
Mm-hmm.
I started DJing at with Extreme Access, this group, this party crew. Well, not a party crew. I wouldn't call them a party crew. They're more like a promotion company.
Okay. Yeah. a movement. Yeah.
So I did that, and I quit everything. Kind of did that. I was doing the clubs with them. I did Extreme Access. Was doing those clubs. They did like Basque in Hollywood.
Okay.
They did like Club 2000 right here in North Hollywood.
Okay.
There was like Club Access. I don't know if you guys remember that back in the day.
Club Access.
Heard of. And then there was Club Breeze.
Okay.
Those that was club, like a Red Square. Remember that?
Yeah. So you were just hitting all of them, huh?
Yeah, like all the Valley, all the local ones. Remember Ice too, Club Ice. That's crazy. That was in Universal.
That's tight.
Yeah, so I was doing all these like local kind of pop-up bars because now they're not lounges because they weren't clubs.
You could say that, bars, lounges. Yeah.
They weren't like clubs, you know. So I was doing those things for a little bit, you know. Got into Hollywood. While I was doing all that stuff, I met Jay Rhythm and DJ Scream from Latino. They were over there doing their thing, and you know, I really wanted to be in radio. You know, just listening to like the guys on Power at the time. Yeah. You know, like Chalk, C Minus.
Yeah.
E-Man. You know, Vice on there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fascinated by how these guys could manipulate the music and make it sound, you know, like a seamless song. It wasn't just you know song. They made it sound so smooth and so effortless that these two records or these two songs could just sound so good together and just make you feel some type of way at the moment and just kind of take you like that way. I guess I kind of get that too with the house music that I kind of DJ, that kind of vibe. Like, of how like I think about like all the vibes that I get. Ooh.
Yeah.
Vibes. Ooh. Yeah. But I think because you know it's all, I think it's kind of about that with the music.
Right.
And you know, just listening to them, wanted to get into the game, and you know, I shot my shot with Jay, and I was like, "Yo, dude, like, how can I get into this? How can I get into radio?
Yeah.
How can I get my foot in the door?" He was like, "Yo, man, you suck, but."
Fuck.
I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. Shout out to Jay. He's probably, if he sees this shit, he probably won't. But
but just in case. Hell yeah. So then you shot your shot.
I shot my shot, and you know, me and Jay at the time, we ended up like clicking really well, and we ended up doing, you know, parties together. We ended up doing like weddings, quinceañeras, everything, proms, and just kind of doing that thing. And we'd hop at each other, and we kind of just built this camaraderie. Yeah. And you know, ended up doing that for a few months, and then like he was like, "Oh, and you know, hey, they're hiring on the street team at Latino." I'm like, "Okay, dope." And he turned in my resume to the person in charge at the time. His name was Oso, and or Mark. And then you know, I ended up working there, getting hired, and at the same time, you know, Tito was in that class also. You know, Letty or Ricky Martinez was in that class too, and we all started on the street team at that time. That was like the funnest time I've ever had working. Like that was like the best street team experience I thought I could ever have because it was so much fun. We had so much fun. We were like a little like family kind of vibe for sure. Like dude. I even dated a girl from the.
You were just having a good time.
I was just having I dated a girl from Latino. You know, she ended up being my chick for a long time.
And then, how old were you? How old were you at that time?
Let's see. So I was like maybe like barely like 19, 20, 21 almost.
Oh shit! Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So you were pretty young doing it.
Mm-hmm. I got into the street team at that time. Like, so it was crazy. So like, yeah, like 20 actually.
And how long were you at Latino for?
Shoot, I was at Latino for maybe 6 months.
Oh shit! So it lasted
it
very
was
short.
It was short. I think I got let go like that end of the year. You know, like in August, October, or something like that. I gotta look back. My Facebook will remind me. Yeah. So like back then, so I got let go, and then my friend HOPP, who I was doing the music with, we were still doing all that stuff and DJing and having a good time. I ended up working at 93.5 The Beat at the time it was called. And he was like, "Hey, dude, you know they need street teamers. You know, come do this." And I ended up applying over there and got hired that moment. Like you're starting that, because I guess the experience does matter in this industry, you know.
Okay.
Even though it was just such a short stint, and I ended up going over there, and I started doing that for a little bit on the street team. Street team for years, dude.
Just grinding it out.
Years. Then did a board op kind of thing, because at the time we were the 935 the Beat FM, and you know I learned how to run the boards for Michael Basin's show, because the board op was kind of like iffy, but like showing up, not showing up. So did that for a little bit. That they didn't have any DJs on the radio at the time, and then maybe like a year of being there, you know, they flipped it to K-Day. Okay. Like not like a year, maybe like I want to say like 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. They flipped it, you know what I mean? Because K-Day's we've been rocking on K-Day for a minute.
Yeah.
But you know it flipped, and that was crazy.
Just the whole change.
Because like everything kind of changed, but it was a good change because it was kind of needed, because you know at the time there was not too many, you know, the shows on there were, you know, not local shows. You know what I mean? It's Steve Harvey. He's like based out of like, I don't know, but like not in LA.
I get you.
So it wasn't like interesting to the community or anything like that. So they flipped it to K-Day.
And that's when you were able to DJ on air at K-Day?
Yeah, that was my first time actually getting an opportunity to DJ on air. Was on K-Day. I think it was like New Year's Eve.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And then how long were you doing, like how did that come about? Like, so after that, you were DJing on air, like when did you solidify like a spot, or was it just kind of just filling in and stuff like that?
It was, we kind of started, since there was no DJing at one point, we kind of started the mix show with, you know, me and a few people like DJ Dents, Joe Vinyl was one of them, Vince West was kind of at the beginning, AD, and myself, and we were kind of like just kind of filling it out. We weren't doing too much, and I was doing a lot at the time. I was a street team. I was promotions coordinator.
Okay.
So I was doing like coordinating for promotions. I was board opping and kind of like coordinating with the DJs too, and kind of doing this thing. And so like being on, like all those guys were great. They were on for years. It's been good.
It's been good.
Quick question. You know how you guys say you guys have to do a little bit of board opping and DJing and all that? Was that like because of the budget cuts, or?
Yeah, I think, you know, the company at the time was going through like kind of like that too. And I think they were kind of being in a rebuild, because for a minute, like we were always, you know, up for sale.
Oh, okay.
For a minute, we were like going to be like being sold to like some Mandarin station, or so like the staff was just thin too. So like everybody was kind of, that was my first experience kind of wearing like multiple hats, like really doing. At one point, there was just me and another person doing street events. Like driving around a pink Wendy Williams car.
Just figuring it out. Just figuring it out.
Just making it happen. And like, dude, there was some like really like people left. There was a lot. It was a few years I was on just grinding on the street team, being on the radio, running the boards. I stuck with it, and the opportunities kind of paid off, you know?
Yeah.
I've been, you know, hiring the DJs for a little bit, during that time and just kind of built the team there that was really like solid.
Yeah.
That I thought we're not no mix masters, but I thought that we could compete in the market for sure just by pushing out, a quality sound. That's pretty good,
So how were you able to get that, pretty much that title, like where you're in charge of just kind of just carrying all the DJs and shit?
I think it's kind of just because of just the situation I was in,
Yeah.
There was nobody else that was going to do it, but there was there was people that wanted to see that happen. Oh yeah, DJing should be on K-Day, but there was nobody that was going to put in that work to like the behind the scenes stuff to make it happen. You know what I mean? So it's like, nobody's going to sit there and call the DJs and find the DJs and listen to all their demos and do all these things, like do the background stuff, because it's easy to be, mix show coordinator and not put in all the work and just say you did it, but not have the title, and you have somebody else do it that is just doing it because they're kind of just, they have no choice. It's not even no choice. It's more of like just they want to be on too, so this is their opportunity to make that happen. You
saying demos reminds us of the homie demo, and we want to know.
I don't know that guy.
Yeah, we want to know if it happened like this, because he said that. Pretty much that he said that you put him on, on air. You know what I'm saying? He was super appreciative of you doing that. But he said that you dropped the beer on him, that you cussed him out, that you were like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Is that how it happened?
Asked him for microphones and shit.
Yeah, you were like, yo, what the fuck? And then
how come they don't work?
Yeah, you were talking shit to him. Like, is that how it happened? or you want to tell us how it went down?
I meant
what he said all that. I had to edit, bro. I feel bad for the situation.
Okay, damn.
I didn't want to do that because you're the boy. You were coming in next week. I didn't want to do all that. No, so he said that you put him on, man, and like he said that kind of like he was doing like a residency, and that you guys would show up. And that
yeah, we were. We got Heat Ultra Lounge.
Okay.
I don't know if that's that spot still. I think it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe it is.
Maybe something else. Name.
Change the names.
Maybe.
Same building.
Anybody want some work?
Maybe.
Go ahead, bro. Yeah, he wants some.
Yeah, he says like, oh, there's a new open pack.
Yes, damn. Go ahead, bro.
Maybe that is. I don't know if it's still the same spot. But anyway, it was Heat Ultra Lounge. Yeah, we went to we were doing that club maybe for 3 weeks. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't anything like longevity because it was kind of like a feeling out spot.
Yeah.
And so whatever.
Yeah.
We're out there. We're doing this, and he's the opening guy for
the club.
For the club.
Mm-hmm.
We had our DJs always out there. Was like me or like Eddie Express at the time, or Classic One at the time, or Phys Ed at the time. We would go out there and we would DJ the club, and he would open up, and I'd hear him play, and I'd be like, oh, he's alright.
You cool? You have a solid set.
Conference.
Yeah. Heard him again. He was consistent with the sound, and heard him again, and you know what? I said I gotta meet this guy.
Yeah.
So I had to go. I had to, he was not. He was at the club this last time. I think we were gonna be there, and he wasn't opening up. I think it was somebody else from our group that was gonna open up that time, because it was like, I think we were having like a guest. It was like the day before Halloween or something like that.
Yeah.
So like they had all the decorations up. I was scared walking in because I didn't want to get scared because it kind of had to look like a maze.
Yeah.
So I was nervous.
I was scared.
I was scared.
Yeah.
And I just kind of went up to him and, hey, dude, what's up? Do you know, because I knew he was there and I needed help with some microphones. And I was like, hey, dude, do you know where I could grab these mics?
Yeah. And
we chopped it up like a few weeks before. We never really talked. We just kind of said, what's up? Just being cordial. When you go to a club, out of respect, I guess you would say.
What's up?
Like, what's up, dog? Hey, is this where you plug in your headphones?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
It's popping today, huh?
You want a beer?
Yeah.
Want a beer? Okay, I'll get you one.
Yeah.
I can spill all of you.
Yeah. So did you spill the beer on him?
You know what? That part I kind of don't remember. If I did, I know I knocked it over, but I don't know if it was on him.
Oh, okay.
But either way, I owed him a beer.
Yeah,
because that's like the rule.
I just remembered. Yeah.
That's like a rule, If you spill a beer or you knock like a full drink out of somebody's hand, you kind of
Yeah, you kind of. So we want to know is
especially if nobody else is there. It's just like you and him. The club just opened. Yeah, he's just chilling.
But we want to know: is it that did you put him on because you dropped his beer or because he was good?
That's what I called. Remember? That's what I called. Like,
that's what I want to kind of know. And
we had a vote, fam.
Like. We just want to
know
that.
Vote.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? There's some cool money invested in this answer. You know what I'm saying?
So tell us the truth.
Yeah, tell us the truth.
Oh man. So.
Oh damn!
I said, look, guys.
I didn't want to talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
So guys, this interview's over.
It's because he had a good opening set. I got you, bro.
No, he had a. I'm just kidding. He had a good little opening set.
Yeah.
For me, when I choose DJs or when I was in charge of choosing DJs.
Yeah.
It was all about, how you sounded out. For me, I will come see you play. Just because I think a demo, you could turn in a demo, and you could take your time with it. You can make it sound good. You could record it as many times as you like.
Touch it up.
Whatever. So seeing him come out and play meant more to me than just him turning in a demo.
Right.
Even though his name is Demo.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah. So then you were like, "Fuck it, I'm a."
So I gave him an opportunity. We go into our holiday weekends, and we're always looking to expand the staff a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him to do a few sets along with some other people.
Yeah.
It wasn't just,
Yeah.
him. But I had him do it, and he was solid. Out of the people that we did try out and things like that and put on, he was one of the ones that's kind of stayed on.
Yeah.
So.
And that was it.
And, lead the horse to water, what I mean?
Shout out to Demo, man.
He drank.
Yeah, he was drinking. Yeah,
he
shout
was
out
drinking.
shout out to Demo. And then, bro, so obviously you were Showtime before. You know what I'm saying? And then I posted a graphic on the gram, for people that want to ask questions. And then shout out to the Big Unit 99. He said, "Why'd you change your DJ name, bro?"
Shout out to that. What was this?
The Big Unit 99.
Shout out to that guy. I know
Yeah,
who the hell
man.
that guy is.
Yeah.
I know exactly who that guy is.
Yeah, I know. He asked the homie, man. Yeah, so tell us, man.
So the changing of Showtime was kind of, it was hard. That sucked. I think we talked about this in the hallway. It was kind of tough for me. And it's still tough to this day to kind of change it. But I think it's a good thing because I think a lot of things need to come to ends for growth.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I felt that.
Spiritual shit.
Yeah, that shit hit me hard.
I took a pause with that shit.
I was like,
cheers.
Yeah.
So it's been hard, but the reason why I had to change it is because I got kind of like a copyright and infringement from I don't want to say sued because it's not literally like sued, but I guess I got a letter in the mail.
Yeah.
Saying that I couldn't use by a lawyer from Beverly Hills, some lawsuit lawyer, fancy stuff in Beverly Hills. So that kind of was tough. It said I couldn't use it specifically in bold letters said in no radio broadcasting performance, and then along with all the DJing and the clubs and all this other stuff, I couldn't use it anymore. But spelled DJ Showtime, just the whole letters. I could have dropped a W or something and been Showtime. I don't know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people said that I could have done that, and why didn't I do that? But I was like I said, Naythan2It kind of, it's clever to me.
Yeah.
It's Naythan2It, Naythan2It. It kind of, I feel like it kind of has that vibe that could be universally used in whatever way I want to take my career. You know?
Right.
No, and I know, bro. I mean, dog. I mean, just outside looking in, with all seriousness, I know that shit must have been difficult because it's it wasn't you were just upcoming DJing, you were just doing little random parties and you just decided to change your name. You were already on air. You've already been kind of using that name for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
That was the thing I was too. I was it was hard because party scene. That's where I got it. That's where it came from. playing basketball. Well, fuck that now.
Yeah.
But
but just everything in general,
just
right?
everything in general. Like that was my nickname. That was kind of like not only I didn't use it for DJing, I used it for online gaming.
Yeah.
When I play Madden.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was Showtime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people said I could have just done like It's Showtime and not DJ Showtime. Just It's Showtime.
But you were just like, fuck it, let's just hit a reset.
I just, just kind of like give it to kind of like a new breath of fresh air, kind of, and seeing if I could kind of like almost test myself and prove myself again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, it was hard but I think I'm at a good place. I think I have a good platform.
Yeah.
I think that the opportunities are there. You guys got to work for it, especially now.
Yeah. Do you feel like as far as your whole DJ career, that's probably been like maybe one of the most hardest things to kind of just deal with, just in general?
Yeah, that's one of the toughest ones for sure.
Yeah.
Is dealing with that name change.
Yeah.
But I really can't like sit here and like say that there hasn't been good things either.
Yeah.
You know, it gives me an opportunity to kind of reinvent my sound.
Yeah.
And how I deliver myself to the public, especially now with everything that a DJ kind of needs to be. It gives me the opportunity to kind of redo that.
Yeah.
And like Showtime, like was cool, and there was it got me to where I am today, and R.I.P.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey man, but shout out to you, man, because that's a difficult thing that's a difficult transition. I think people just think like, oh, like it's just a name change, but it's a lot of branding that goes behind that, a lot of gigs and a lot of people that meet you and shit. So shout out to you, man. Like just to keep moving forward to that, because some people could be like, you know what,
fuck this.
Yeah, fuck this. Like, is this a sign? And just kind of check out. So you know what I'm saying. So obviously, shout out to you. I know we've talked about it a few times. So just shout out to you for just moving forward, man.
Listening, kids out there,
fucking
trademark your shit.
That's advice,
that's
right there.
I tell you weren't thinking about it, like, yo, like
I thought about it.
Yeah?
I ain't gonna lie, he just beat me to it.
Oh, okay.
So you just yeah.
Naythan2It.
No, but I think that's good for you to talk about, because you know what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of DJs might not know that you have to be, like once it hits a business aspect, you got to be careful with your shit. You know what I'm saying?
You never think about that, especially like coming up. Like I didn't think about that.
You're trying to get bugged.
I'm just trying to get paid. This was tax-free money, homie.
Yeah, and then you hit a point where it's like you start you gotta protect yourself.
Come after me.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll try to edit that.
Yeah, edit that part.
Yeah. No, but you gotta protect yourself. You know what I'm saying?
It's your brand now. It's what you want to do with it. Branding yourself is not such a big thing now. It's not just like word of mouth like how it was. Like it's more like, damn, now the word of mouth is the world of mouth because it's so digital.
Yeah.
Like the grind is hard. Like if you're not branding yourself and you're just doing it just to be I want to be the best scratch DJ, or I want to be the best, whatever. You kind of need to be able to do a lot of things as a DJ now and be versatile, to be that universal, to be here and there and doing different things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just grinding, man. Just working. Nah, but shout out to you.
Especially if you want to just be a DJ. Like if you're not gonna go a 9-to-5 route and you just want to be a DJ, like it's hard.
Yeah, you gotta work your ass off.
You gotta work. I think you gotta have everything.
You might have to do a few quinceañeras you're not happy about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, I remember that shit.
Reminiscing.
I gotta call the contact this week. No, I feel it. And another question. A Tribe Called Hip Hop. He said, what was your journey like? But you kind of spoke on that already. He said, how did you become the K-Day programming coordinator? Oh.
Programming coordinator. I became the coordinator. I was like I said, I was a promotions coordinator for a minute.
Okay.
And I was running the street team, hiring street teamers, doing
the good stuff.
And like I said, I was doing so much. I was that when I got that, I was kind of doing some programming stuff. I was like loading commercials, doing production, coordinating the DJs, still doing all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And it was kind of funny. It was kind of just brought up to me when I think the company kind of finally got settled in.
Mm-hmm.
When the Morello bought us.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Morello.
That's right.
When they kind of bought us, I think everybody kind of felt a little bit more calm or at ease. So then decisions could be made on what roles people could actually fall into, you know? And like I said, just being that longevity and kind of grinding that, going through that situation of like, fuck, like never, like the uncertainties and with being sold and or just being the like, oh man, we're not going to pay for more street. It's going to just be all to for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, run it.
Yeah.
And just having to do so much stuff. Like, I was kind of like doing it already. So then when everything kind of settled down and people were more comfortable with their decisions and what they wanted to do, they presented me with the opportunity to leave that because they were going to hire more people.
Right.
And do programming and be programming coordinator.
Oh shit.
Oh, man, I
So
working. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
You working. And then how did we talked a little bit outside before we came inside? How did that whole thing happen with Be Real?
Be Real TV.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my homie Lenny Ducano. He was another DJ that I brought on to mix at K-Day.
Mm-hmm.
He was working with B already, doing his show Be Real TV, and he kind of, you know, perks of, you know, who you know.
Yeah.
And who you show love to, you know. I think when you show love, it gets reciprocated.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I showed him love by giving him the opportunity. Shout out to him. He ended up booking me one time on their show, the 420 show. Great show, by the way. And you know, I did it a few times, and me and B's vibe was kind of cool. You know, we were having a good time. We were smoking, and I would hang out a little bit. I would leave work because I would do like their Tuesday show.
Okay.
So I'd leave K-Day and go do Be Real TV. And you know, one day I was with my friend, and we were out there, and he came up to me. He was like, "Hey, well, you know, how about you come and DJ every Tuesday?"
Oh shit!
Like he asked me, you know, why don't you come every Tuesday and this will be your day? And I was like, fuck, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's tight. You're like, I had to look at my schedule.
But I'll get back at you.
Can I get your number?
Yeah. To lock it in.
To lock it in, you know, make sure it's real.
Yeah.
So he asked me, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'll fucking come up and rock the set. You know, the set was at 5:30, so it was only for like 30 minutes that I would play. But he digged what I was doing, you know, and that was kind of cool. Like the vibe, another you know, vibe. Everything. And I owe it all to DJing, kind of in a way. Like just the vibes just have been able to take me to different places, and you know, working with B on Be Real TV, that was cool because I got to know him really well. He's a real cool guy, you know. He's a businessman. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And it's a cool thing to call him my friend, you know?
Yeah. No, that's tight, though. I think that's good, too, that you said that it's good to build relationships because with relationships, you're able to land some dope shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Definitely, you know, like I said, shout out to Lenny. He's the one that kind of connected the dots, you know?
Yeah.
He showed me to water.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel it.
It was dope, man. It was a good vibe.
Yeah, good vibe.
Really good
You're like, you know, just thinking about it. No, but then now that, you know, you got your new name and things have been kind of rolling, like, what's next for you, man? What do you feel like is the next step to kind of capitalize on what you're doing?
You know, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I actually still think about that because, like, I feel like, you know, the goal when the DJing was to kind of be on radio, you know, and I've been doing that for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know, dude. That's a long time.
It is a long time. It is 10 years. Right, I mean, not
some of those, you know, time does fly now that I sit back and like think about it. But, you know, the goal was to kind of be that, you know, on-air mixer.
Yeah.
I mean, it still is. You know, it's still, you know, that's what I want to do. That's the whole point why I'm in radio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I feel
all the other stuff, all the street team, the promotions coordinator, being the grind.
Yeah.
All that was to just be on air, be a mixer.
Yeah.
On air.
No, I feel it.
Now, you know, back then it was a little, you know, the game was a little different, you know. But it was always a dream of mine to just be a mixer on the radio. And, you know, I kind of feel like I reached that goal.
Yeah.
You know, and then for a minute I was kind of thinking about, you know, what am I supposed to do next? Like, what's the next goal?
Yeah.
The next move.
And I think the name change kind of motivated that.
Yeah.
Also, to kind of push towards like, okay, well then now that I'm on radio, I kind of want to do festivals.
Yeah.
Like the next thing is trying to get festivals and be out there, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I feel it, man.
So I think the name change kind of helped motivate me to kind of start pursuing that goal and that dream, you know.
Yeah. No, I feel it. Well, that's a good goal to have, man. Yeah. Festivals, that shit'll be popping. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I go to them, so.
Yeah. You're like, I want to be on the other side.
I want to be on the other side,
yeah,
making people feel that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good goal, man. I know my boy Roger, he wants to ask you something before we get out of here, man.
Hey, Hard Summer, too. Hard Summer this week. So
yeah, Hard Summer.
I mean,
DJs. You know, that goes, like, that's why I started putting out those, you know, house mixes.
Yeah.
It's not like EDM or like the stuff that you would think that you would hear in those big stages. It's more like a mixture of what I like to play, and it's kind of like a mixture of like hip hop, and you'll hear some like acapella samples in it that would like to like throw back to like Tribe or like Destiny's Child, like some acapella vocals.
Right.
So it's like it really has a good little.
Yeah.
I think I have a good little vibe going. You know what I mean? And I think I've gotten really good responses from people that have had the opportunity to kind of like listen or come see me play. You know, the only time I really had the opportunity to play out like that kind of music was recently at this event called Beats and Brunch.
Okay.
It was brought to you by GVT, and they let me kind of like push that music out, and that was kind of like the first event that I kind of got to play that kind of music.
That's tight.
And have people experience that.
Was Lags out there with you?
Think so.
Yeah. Shout out to Lags. That's the homie.
Yeah, he cool.
Yeah, that's the homie. That's the homie. That's the homie. And then if people want to hear those mixes, where can they hear those mixes?
So they could go any of my mixes, and they're all on my Mixcloud.
Okay.
Mixcloud /Naythan2It.
Bam.
NAYTHAN.
NAY. There it is.
It.
Do it. To it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the game of Would You Rather with Boy. You know what I'm saying? All right, first question. You like that shit?
Yeah, I'm telling you,
serious,
that boy got real.
It's got to get
First
serious.
question.
Well,
Would
we
you
got real
rather
serious.
be able to accurately predict the future or be able to read minds?
Read minds.
Okay.
I would read minds. Because
Next
then
question.
I could be able to kind of control the future.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
That's true. He said, I already thought about that one. He said, hey,
Damn,
I like
homie.
that. I like that. You saw that?
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather play at an EDC festival or play at a hip hop all event?
I mean, hip hop all events now, they're like festivals in themselves, you know?
No, but on this question, you either play just hip hop or you go just pure EDC.
He got real serious.
I would do the EDC.
Okay.
I would do the EDC.
I like that.
Just because I feel like EDC is so, you know, I think people, if you haven't experienced it or haven't gone to it, like it's just it's not just all the hardcore. There's a mixture of all types of music there, you know? So I would do the EDC route.
Bam. Okay.
I like that.
Next question. Would you rather live in a treehouse or live in a cave?
Treehouse.
Shit. Why?
Because I love trees, bro.
Like, shit, I'm a tree man myself. What you mean?
Oh, shit.
Damn, I feel it. Yeah, treehouse is off.
Damn.
Shit.
This next question got
Plus,
me,
you've
too.
seen Jurassic Park, man. Trees up there, you can't get beaten by a dinosaur.
You've seen? There it is. Then you can have an AC unit in there.
You know what and you get the breeze.
Yeah, and then you can write comic books and shit. Get
I like
snacks.
Thanks,
Next
man.
question. Would you rather
Snacks.
Thanks, man.
live in the Narnia universe or live in the Lord of the Rings universe? Oh, shit.
Live in the what? The Narnia?
Narnia or the Lord of the Rings universe?
Oh, man. That's tough.
Damn.
That's a tough one.
That's old age.
That's
or
a
something
toughie.
like that?
I want to say Narnia.
Narnia?
Yeah.
Next question. Would you rather have unlimited battery power for your phone or have Wi-Fi wherever you go? Oh, I already know this one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He said, really?
Final
Then
answer.
Fucking answer it for me then, dick.
Final fucking answer. But knowing both of you guys, I already know what you choose.
I'm going to choose. What was it again? It was
Wi-Fi or battery? Unlimited.
battery.
Oh, it's for me too?
Yeah, might as well.
I like this game.
This is so much fun.
I'm choosing Wi-Fi, dog.
Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah.
I know. I thought
Wait,
that's what I thought.
why?
Cause imagine, bro. Let me picture the picture. All right.
Imagine you're painting.
No, I'm a painter too. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Ask me questions. Nah, think about it, bro. You're at a gig, right? And
Yeah.
yo, they want to request a song.
Okay.
They want to give you $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put that shit on your phone. But if you have Wi-Fi, you download that shit, go on Serato. Boom. Pay me.
Damn. But if your service didn't suck, you'd be able to do that.
But then again, but I'm gonna tell you this. I got Sprint. Next question.
Oh,
I gotta say nothing else, bro.
Hey,
My
but it
service
was
been
unlimited,
sucking, dog.
though, you feel
Yeah,
me?
it's
Like,
unlimited.
unlimited. You
Yeah.
go
Why are
down,
you
like,
looking at me like that?
It's unlimited. It's unlimited. And I thought you meant just Wi-Fi.
There you go. There you
Next
go.
question. Would you rather be able to fly
Ooh.
or
Ooh, I want to fly.
be able to be invisible?
I'm invisible. I'm selling people's food outside, dog.
That's fucked up. Just see a tray walk by.
10 minutes for a burrito?
I said, what we
Here I
having
come.
today? Okay, take that. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with fly.
Fly?
I would like to fly.
Okay.
That'd be cool. Is it like Superman flying?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Or like a bird.
Or like a bird. Like I got a
I
flap.
mean, you're still flying, right?
He's like, whatever you want, done.
Yeah, that'd be weird. Just, all right, guys, I'm leaving the station.
like, damn, what are you fucking flapping?
He's like, he's really getting to it.
Get
it?
All right, man. Last question. Last question. Would you rather have a lifetime subscriptions for Netflix or have unlimited gift cards for Starbucks?
Netflix.
You're
Yeah, I'm not a big Starbucks person.
You're not a coffee guy, or you just
No, I'm not. I don't do Starbucks.
Netflix though. You
Starbucks.
got some good shows.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey,
Stranger
my boy
Things.
gotta get his look cafecito.
Yeah, look,
you know
cafecito.
what I'm saying?
Get me right. You know what I'm
Big
saying? Cold
coffee,
brew.
man.
What's up at me? That's good. All right, there you go.
At
Nice
me?
questions. There it is, dog.
Damn.
There it is, dog. Hey, man, I feel like we got to know you better. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I feel
Yeah,
like
we never really got to chop it up like this.
Yeah, this is different. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it didn't make sense at the beginning.
it didn't make sense at all the whole time.
Okay,
to be
cool.
honest with you, but it's fine. You know what I'm saying?
I-
Because we chatted up and we're good.
You're like, dude, you went on for
Yeah,
stories, like,
it's a lot of editing gonna happen after
Yeah.
this.
A lot.
I'm fucking with you, dog. Fuck, it's gonna be a long Thursday.
Yeah,
All right,
it's gonna
dog. Thank you for stopping by, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, a lot of people really want to know why you changed your name, and
I feel like that was a big question.
That was a big
like, a
question.
lot of people do actually come and hit me up and tell me about it, and I tell them the kind of story I just
Yeah.
told right now.
especially because people known you for that known you before you changed your name. Or
They can't get over it. It's tough. It's tough for people. They still call me Showtime.
Yeah,
Like, it's just tough for people. But I get it because I was like that when, like I told you, my friend changed his
Yeah.
name. Like, I still have him as Mayhem in my phone.
it's all good though. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know what I mean? So I understand the I guess the feeling,
Yeah.
the vibe.
The vibe,
Here we go. See? Gosh.
the vibras. Because I'm gonna tell you this, bro. I'm gonna tell you like this.
Okay.
All right, the name doesn't make you.
Ooh.
You make the name. God.
Damn.
Oh my God.
That's it.
got
Oh
one
my
in.
God.
And see.
Oh my
He
God.
got one.
Oh. You know what? That's it.
What even is that?
Yeah, oh my God, that's how we gonna end this, man. And shout out to Naythan2It. He provided his old headphones for the podcast. You know what I'm saying? We vibing.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and thank you, dog. We need an extra pair. You know what I'm
Wanted to
saying?
make sure I brought the
Yeah,
white
yeah,
ones out.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you guys got the blacks.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got.
I felt like I needed to rock the whites, and then everybody always asked me why I wear my headphones like that.
I was actually gonna ask you that
You
after
were?
we stopped recording. I was like,
We didn't know if you want to say
But
that
it's
on
because
there.
I didn't want to ruin my hair, so I put it on top.
But you kind of like got like your hair some.
I know,
there.
but I normally
Right, said you kind.
Well, that was a fail because you got hair.
yeah, because you got hair all over your face.
you look like Cyclops the whole time.
Yeah, all right, man. We out this bitch, man. We out. Peace.